Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again talking about an update to the whole Dr. Disrespect Twitch ban that happened in 2020. So we got now a full statement from Dr. Disrespect himself regarding the entire thing. But I just want to address this weirdo hater really quickly. This individual stalks me on a daily basis, suckles the teat of EVS. Now I want this individual to know that you are a piece of garbage for saying that I am saying this thing here, it's fine because it's Dr. Disrespect. You literally went past everything else I said in this tweet. Which I said, I don't think adults should be DMing minors. Let me make that clear. Inappropriate conversations are unacceptable, obviously. And then, of course, it says, I believe casual conversations are fine. This individual clearly doesn't have children. This individual clearly isn't a caretaker. So according to you, you fucking weirdo, parents and teachers, according to you, are PDF files, because parents and teachers have casual conversations with children all the time. Casual conversations, between adults typically is like your typical hi, how are you, how you doing type of conversation. That's a casual conversation. But obviously you don't live outside of your little Twitter bubble, so you don't know what a casual conversation is. So for you to be sitting up here and thinking that I think it's okay with you, you're being disingenuous by skipping everything else that I said here. You're an absolute weirdo. You need to find your life. You need to figure out where your wife is, because clearly she ain't effing you. She's effing her boyfriend, because that's what she's obviously doing, because you're completely... I said casual conversations are casual conversations. You act as if adults don't have casual conversations with their own children. Also, before you go out trying to spin this as something it's not, how about you try reading my updated statement? It's interesting how this weirdo stalks me behind a block, because you can see he's blocked. He claims here that he has a father of 9 children. He's not. He doesn't. He obviously isn't satisfying his wife. And always try to spin something I say as something worse than it is. I clearly stated DMing minors is a no-go, as well as inappropriate conversations are unacceptable. It's very weird that a psychopath like you believes that you could spin this as something. So I just want to clear that up really quick before I got into this. So Dr. Disrespect himself says, the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. He also got his merch removed from Turtle Beach recently as well. Our team is full of incredibly talented, good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed their accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual who was young back in 2017? The answer is yes. Again, like I already stated, this should never be a thing, especially if you are married and you have a child of your own. You should never be doing this. You should never be having whisper messages with those type of individuals right here. Were there any real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. They were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. And I'm going to state that the messages should be coming out, or at least should come out, for further proof, because people like myself need more answers on this. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, and never met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I effing own my stuff. This was stupid. It's good that you own up to your mistakes. Always. But still unacceptable nonetheless. Now, with all this said, don't get it effing mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no effing P or PDF. Or are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me effing knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. F that. That's a different level of disgust that I effing hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the F out of here with that stuff. But I think I've said what I need to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch has made the decision in 2020. Now, again, this was 2017, so this is obviously something that Twitch was holding on to for this long and waited this long, 7 years, to release this information. Which, like I said again, there's no chat logs, so we'll never really know what was said. If it was really the extreme that a lot of people have chosen to go with, someone like the Quartering would explain it better than I would. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this all this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys. I can't imagine. I have the effing best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this to all my haters, I live and breathe social media with zero real life experience. I don't give a F about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of crap, that's fine. I'm not effing going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? You're effing right. So there are two individuals, because there's also this email that leaked out here that claims it was not known at the time the individual's age that they were talking to, but it's only a leak right now. It's not exactly confirmed, as Hypnotic would say. Two individuals, Hypnotic and Gothics, that basically sum up everything perfectly based on how I kind of feel on this. They explain it a little bit better than I would, but shout out to Hypnotic and Gothics for making these statements. Let's listen to Hypnotic's statement first.
So my headcanon for all of this is as follows. This is what I think happened. I think somebody over at Twitch got way too nosy and they looked into, for whatever reason, they were looking at Dr. Disrespect's messages. Obviously, you're not supposed to be doing that.
That's breaking privacy.
That's a violation of some sort of privacy, I would imagine. And then in those messages, they presumed, for whatever reason, that it was an underage girl. Then that information ends up getting transferred to some higher-ups over on Twitch. And once they find out about the violation and how it was attained, they wanted to go through the morality clause to try to get Dr. Disrespect out of his contract before more information came out with what they thought was going to get Twitch in trouble. So they tried to get ahead of the curve, ban him through the morality clause, and then what ended up happening was Dr. Disrespect confused this, was like, why the fuck was I banned? Looked into it, found out it was because of these messages, and then he gets a lawyer, and then that lawyer ends up getting all of this investigated. Come to find out it wasn't an underage girl. It could have been someone barely legal, 18, 19, whatever. It could have been something like that. But come to find out it wasn't an underage girl. And now Twitch is in hot water because Twitch is like, oh, we violated someone's privacy and we weren't even right about a criminal offense. So then what ended up happening was Twitch basically begged him, paid out the contract in full, something they weren't going to do initially until he sued them, paid out the contract, and then said, please don't say anything about this. Both parties were like, listen, we'll pay you, we'll just walk away. And that's it. That's honestly, like, that's the only way I could see all of this making sense. Because if you change anything in that story, it doesn't make sense. And it just gets to a point where it's like someone is obviously lying. Who that someone is, we'll never know, but it just doesn't make any sense. If he did actually message a underage girl and Twitch knew about it and gag ordered him, first off, they can't do that. That's a criminal offense, it's a felony. And second off, that means that Twitch purposefully did not report on a felony. Twitch held that information, which is a crime in and of itself.
So he says he literally predicted exactly what was said in that email for weeks now. My headcanon about Dr. Disrespect was nearly 100% on. The only glaring question now is, did he know the age of the girl while the messages were quote-unquote inappropriate, or did he not? The supposedly email says he did not. People at Twitch wanted to take him down, and it makes 100% sense that this would be a targeted attack by those who hate Nick Merckx and want to utilize any information they possibly can to witch hunt. Let's hope we get more information that can finally put this one to rest one way or another. He goes on to say, if Dr. Disrespect did in fact know her age prior to messaging her, then he deserves everything he's getting right now. I 100% agree. Hopefully we'll find out soon. I will say this, after reading his now available full statement, I do not like that he didn't say something along the lines of this of this type of person who I didn't know was at the time of those messages. Even if he didn't flat out say it, it seems he knew what he was engaging in. Thus, I can no longer defend him. The internet will do what they do. He says he will be back after his vacation, which he probably will be. But until then, it seems we got all the information we need now that both parties have spoken. Twitch is going to stay quiet during all of this, and they have a lot of explaining to do now. That is massive privacy violations, and Twitch should be handled accordingly, too. Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything he said. So, but we also have this statement from Gothics that just came out as well, talking about, forgiveness is available to everyone, but it's also interesting what she says. Let's take a listen here.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say about this entire situation, because a couple of days ago, I tweeted out that I just find it interesting that people make all of these accusations about someone that they don't like. And that's very common with cancel culture. You don't like someone, you don't like what they have to say, you make accusations, and you don't provide any proof. Well, apparently, according to this message that you're looking at that I'm retweeting, Dr. Disrespect admitted that he was speaking to a minor in his DMs. Okay, thank you for admitting that, Dr. Disrespect. Now, here's what I'm gonna say, because I am just so intrigued by all of the outrage revolving around this particular incident. First of all, this was how many years ago? It doesn't negate what he did. If you're unsoliciting a minor and you know that it's a minor, that's unexcusable. You shouldn't do that.
I agree 100% with this.
He knows it's wrong. He's admitting that what he did is wrong. But this was back in what, 2020?
So 2020 was when he got banned from Twitch. The statement that he put out says 2017 was when he was doing it.
I think. And what year is it now? 2024. This is cancel culture, where you dig up old stuff and you rehash it as if you're doing what? You're trying to pursue some type of cosmic justice to hold someone accountable when you yourself, 99.9% of the people who are outraged and clutching their pearls at this thing that Dr. Disrespect did are probably living a very immoral life yourself. That's the reality. Is we have all done wrong. We are all pretty bad. As humanity, in a general sense, we are all really bad people, and we all do bad things. Now, of course, you can say, oh no, I'm a good person. According to whom? Your own moral standards that you apply to yourself? Well, that's just your opinion, and that doesn't really matter. See, what I'm more concerned with is someone being able to admit that they've done wrong and repent for it. Now, I don't know if Dr. Disrespect has done that. I don't know if he's actually repented for this, but let's not get it twisted and conflate messaging a minor with being a straight up pedo, because here's the other thing I want you guys to think about, okay? We're basically implying that a child cannot consent to inappropriate messages with an adult in the same universe where people believe a child can consent to getting their genitals chopped up and pumped up with hormones.
Such a bomb. Damn, she ain't wrong. She ain't lying, though. There are literally people who believe this, that children can chop off their bits and get hormone replacement therapy, and that apparently trans kids exist. No, trans kids don't exist in that situation. Those are called groomed kids.
Trans rights matter, right? Trans kids, pick one. Be morally consistent. You're not. A lot of people who are having something to say about this got some skeletons in their closet, and they got to figure that out. But again, what he did, inexcusable, but let's be morally consistent. Let's really take a look at ourselves before we want to point fingers at other people and say, oh, I got to write this guy off completely.
The crazy thing is, I've been consistently saying that trans kids don't exist, and kids should not be doing those things that she mentioned about chopping off bits and getting HRT. I've been consistent with that. I've also been consistent that pedos are terrible individuals.
How about you write yourself off? How about that? Have you tried that? Maybe you are part of the problem. Shut up. I ain't talking to you. Maybe you are part of the problem. I can't even talk right now because you guys annoy me. The self-righteous, oh, I can't speak to him anymore because he messaged someone X amount of years ago while I still got some morally disgusting things in my closet that I don't want anyone to know about. That's you. That's exactly what you look like, okay? I need to go now. Doctor
Yeah, so
disrespect, there is forgiveness in Jesus Christ, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Have a nice day.
yeah, so I agree with both of these statements put out here, because these two have pretty much summed up exactly what I would be saying and what I have been. And as she said, be consistent. You know, like I said, I've been consistent, and I've already stated what I've been consistent with. So, and I'm gonna continue to be, you know, consistent with this whole thing with twin kids. No, they don't exist. So, thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.